We welcome you live to the season number 5 NASCAR iRacing FedEx Grand National Series race at the old Iowa Speedway. And we are here up and running once again. Of course, the Cup Series begins their chase this season after the Daytona regular season finale. But there are 7 races remaining this Grand National Series season. And we go tonight from corn country, Iowa Speedway. A lot of corn is grown here, of course, in Iowa. And we're going to devour some corn tonight. All right, so it, of course, is Iowa Speedway for the Grand National Series. Like last season was actually the new version of this racetrack. Now we're going to the old version, so it should be certainly interesting. All right, here we go in Iowa. 125 laps tonight. No halfway break, of course. Coming off Daytona. What an incredible, what an insane race, I should say. That was. So many wrecks there at the end. A lot of dollars in damage done there from the Daytona International Speedway. All right, but here we go in Iowa. Iowa Speedway, the 7/10 of a mile racetrack from from Newton, Iowa. the fruit, Cameron Chandler. All right. Anyways, we're going to have Cameron Chandler and Landon Johnson in with the booth. I can't fucking talk. Oh, I cursed. Okay.
Whoa, you can't say that word, boy. Yeah, that's unbelievable. We would like to apologize for Ethan Chandler's potty mouth over here. It's quite unbelievable and unprofessional, and he does not mean to say that.
Whoopsie. Edit that out. Anyways, Cameron Chandler, very naughty boy, already making me curse. Anyways, Cameron Chandler, what do we expect to see tonight in Iowa? 125 laps under the lights at the old Iowa racetrack.
Yeah, you know, we got original Coca-Cola in the field, Holisons in the field, so I mean, I think some of them.
Original Coca-Cola. Let me tell you, he likes potatoes quite a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I think original Coca-Cola, he's going to be a threat to crash. We got Gary Smith. We got Bryce Benton. We got Christian Hercules. I mean, we got quite the field. Knox Thompson. I mean, we got all the All-Stars coming out for All-Star Weekend. That's at Dover this Sunday.
All right, well, the motorsports race cars are going to make their way onto the racetrack. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, wrong theme. Oh, you messed something up. Give us just a quick second. Anyways.
Oh, my God. Just call it back. Call it back.
Yeah, hang up the headset, buddy.
Aiden Dottie here is racing.
Oh, man!
All right, welcome live to Iowa Speedway tonight. Here we go from Newton, Iowa. The Grand National Series on the track, 125 laps coming straight your way on the channel. All right, guys. Landon Johnson, you're in the booth here tonight. It's Iowa, ETR, of course. You guys had a great run here in the Cup Series last season. But what could we expect here tonight from this racetrack?
I don't know what to really expect from the old Iowa, like, track. I guess without the repave, I haven't ran this kind of Iowa. I've only ran the new Iowa, so I feel like not a whole lot of people has ran the new or the old Iowa. So it's going to be a little bit to process. See who's up front.
Hey, the Chandler, can I make a comment?
No.
Sure.
No.
Cole Wilson, sure.
I'd just like to prove Landon Johnson's answer wrong, because most people run the old Iowa.
Okay.
The old
Yeah,
Iowa is so much better.
You can leave
Well,
now.
yeah, so of course we did so here's how it went. Back in season 2, we came to Iowa for the first time ever.
18 cautions.
That was copy fruit. And then, of course, the Grand National
Okay.
Series was pretty good. We didn't have a race under the lights there. We didn't come here in season 3. We came here season 4, but that was, of course, at the newly repaved Iowa Speedway. Now this season, both for Cup and Grand National, as the Cup Series chase begins tomorrow.
The track pretty much just wore out within the last time we came here, and now we're back to old Iowa.
Yeah, pretty much, I guess. Sure, that's how that works. All right, cars back on the racetrack here in Iowa. Sorry about that little intermission there, but anyways, we welcome you live to the Iowa Speedway tonight for the Grand National Series season number 5 race. 7 races remain this season, and this is going to be an important one again. A bunch of racetracks coming up, 3.5 miles, Talladega Super Speedway, a short track, a couple of short tracks involved in there as well, and of course tonight in Iowa Speedway. And here is Cole Wilson, your current points leader. What an incredible run of maybe the last about 6 races Cole Wilson has been on. So Cole, can you give us a bit of an explanation what it's been like over these last few races?
Yeah, I had a good streak going until Daytona when I got wrecked on the last lap.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yes.
We had, I think it was a 6-race top 5 streak until Daytona, so I hope to bring that back here tonight.
Yeah, of course, Cole Wilson was running up front all day long at Daytona, and then it got swept up in a late race big wreck. Actually lost points to Jacob Florino, who is having a great season, second in points, winner in Rockingham. Been a great year so far for him. Here's the 81, Cameron Chandler. I don't know why he's in the 81 car tonight.
Yeah, we didn't feel like wrapping a test car, so we went to go get one of our extra CWR cars, and now we're in the 81 for tonight.
All right. Again, we would like to apologize from the little Ethan Trendler slip-up. We don't talk about that. Anyways, Cameron Chandler, you're on the racetrack now. Can you maybe take us through a lap here from the Iowa Speedway?
Yeah, we're back at the old pavement, Iowa. We're gonna go into turn number 1. Really, really bumpy in these first 2 lanes. I mean, man, I just slid all the way up. There's all over the bumps. If I was actually in the race car, I would barely be able to speak. Yeah, I'm not gonna finish that statement. Into turn 3 and 4, a lot smoother. You can run any lane you really want. Top, bottom, middle, into the fence, running the Kyle Larson line, through the fence, it doesn't really matter. And we're gonna finish our lap. I'm on really old tires, so that didn't go any faster.
Here's Cole Clausen behind him, winner at Phoenix this season. Cole apparently thought that we were doing the rallycross track tonight here at Iowa Speedway, because that's what he had in his promo pictures. That's where he was racing for some reason. And he's going to go around. Looking on board to the driver cam of Cole Clausen. All right. Of course, Iowa is a short track. I guess you can maybe say a larger version of Richmond, but it definitely doesn't. I don't want to say it drives like Richmond, because it really doesn't. I don't think, at least.
Absolutely not. No, these two, on paper, they may look a little similar, but they could not drive any different. I mean, this track is a lot wider, a lot longer turns than what Richmond is. And yeah, really to drive, they could not be further apart. As Payson Lindsay has absolutely slimed out Knox Thompson down the back straightaway.
And Cameron, can you explain us the difference of course, the older non-repaved Iowa to the new Iowa that's been, well, I guess partially repaved?
So yeah, with the new repaved Iowa, whoever owns the racetrack, I guess they didn't have enough funding to fully repave the track. So they only decided to do turn 1 and 2, the bottom of turn 1 and 2, and the bottom of turn 3 and 4, which essentially makes a single file 1-lane groove around the bottom and completely eliminates the multi-groove racing you tend to see here at this old Iowa, which is why we are now at the old Iowa, where we hope to see some multi-groove racing. Like I said, guys running all the way from the yellow line in 3 and 4 all the way up to the wall, and hopefully we see a really good show tonight.
Yeah, we definitely hope for that. Here's Richard Cherry in the 29 to the outside of Christian Herklotz in the double zero. Herklotz was the points leader for a little bit this season. Still, though, no wins. It hasn't been the greatest last few races for Christian. Had basically a near flip in the Daytona Cup race last week. Cole Wilson ahead of him. I think Christian is definitely the biggest surprise to not have a win. I mean, you got guys like Cole Clausen, Jacob Clarino, they all have wins. Cole Wilson, of course, has a couple of wins. I mean, it is shocking that Herklotz has still never even won in his Grand National Series career. Will that change tonight? We'll see. Currently P2 on the board behind Cole Wilson. You can see a little bit of racing back at a 1 and 2. And down the back straightaway. Matthew White on behind these guys as well. All right. Here is the corn machine of Keegan Shelton. Cars look pretty loose so far here in Iowa Speedway.
I can tell you, getting into turn number 1, especially with all those bumps on the bottom, it is extremely tight. You plow right up the track if you're not careful, getting in there too deep. Then off the corners, especially in 3 and 4, it is just wrecking loose. So it's going to be a real struggle for these guys tonight. And hopefully they make sure they screw their heads on tight and we don't see a bunch of incidents and we actually get to see people racing and not wrecking.
Well, track will cool down as we go under the nighttime sky, so that should probably increase a little bit of grip. Anyways, down the back straightaway goes that 29 of Cherry and the 82 of Aiden Donahue behind him. Cole Wilson looking to the inside of Donahue. Matthew White goes to second on the board. Of course, only 7 races remaining in this Grand National Series season, with it being full season points. It is now crunch time, but the point standings are still very close. Let's actually look at your standings entering tonight here at Iowa Speedway for the Grand National Series. Of course, Cole Wilson, what an incredible run he's been on besides Daytona last week, which did lose him a little bit. He is now 9 points ahead of Jake Clarino. You see Herklotz back there in third. Knox Thompson still P4. Cole Clausen running your top 5. So, really interesting situation in the Grand National Series points. Even a few weeks ago, they were ultra close. Last few weeks, we've seen more drivers pull away, especially Cole Wilson. But what are we going to see in the last 7 races remaining this season? And the Cup Series now technically has a full season battle to the end of the championship with the 7-race chase. No rounds, nothing like that. It's just a battle for the title, like you see in real NASCAR today. That'll be talked about more, of course, tomorrow night in the Cup Series race. Good battle between Chandler and White. Cameron is obviously the higher grooves are working well.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I don't know. I actually think right now, bottom in 3 and 4 is still the way to go. I'm actually going to test that theory this time around. Actually, never mind. I won't have the bottom.
Cars definitely look pretty racy, though. As we see the 5 of Gary Smith down the front straightaway. Got interesting paint scheme as always. There is the 8 of Bryce Benton. I feel like we've seen a million drivers drive the day car this year. Oh my God!
Oh.
What was?
Yep, Cameron always wrecking stuff.
Okay.
And that was not my fault. Matthew White decided he was going to just left hook me down the straightaway, and I blew over.
Wow, bit of an incident there. Cameron Chandler will go to the infield care section to be at center to be checked out. Hopefully he's not okay. Anyways, car is back on the track.
Oh! As you were saying a few minutes ago, you think Cole Wilson, our points leader, he's top of the board right now in practice about halfway through.
Looking pretty solid so far for the driver of the 22 machine. Here again is Smith. Matthew White, oh, he's loose in the bottom. And cars slow down the front straightaway. We definitely aren't going to quite expect the amount of cars we had last week in Daytona. We had 36 entries, 1 car went home, and 35, of course, the max we have start a race actually did start that race. We had 1 D&Q last week. About 16 minutes remain in this warm-up session from Iowa for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Grand National Series. Oh, Cole Wilson will spin in front of Cheery. Oh, big hit. There goes Matthew White, a little bit airborne. And Cameron Chandler piles in as well.
Yeah, that's what he gets for making me do a blowover.
Here goes Aiden Donahue with a run down the front straightaway and Ethan McMillan. Donahue down in P9 currently, but the times are very close at the top of the board. Top 10 cars are only separated by a 10th and a half. the entire top 10. So times are looking pretty close here in Iowa Speedway, with Cole Wilson, though, still top of the board. Here goes Chandler back into 3 and 4. Herklotz on the outside. There is your winner in Rockingham this season, Jacob Clarino. Cole Wilson behind him. Of course, Cole Wilson has won at Charlotte and Michigan this year. Your defending series champion, looking for 2 in a row. Nobody has ever won 2 straight championships in either the Cup Series, Grand National Series, or the Truck Series. Only person that has done it in anything affiliated with this league is Cameron Chandler, winning 3 in a row in iCar. Good battle here between these 3. So Landon, obviously we've watched the session here for a little bit. What are some of your cars maybe to watch here in the race or qualifying?
Cars to watch. I mean, it's kind of the Cup Series guys that's running a part-time race tonight, like Matthew White, Bryce Benton, even Payson Lindsay, even though he's down in P8. But I feel like Cup guys are always the favorites to win these kind of races.
We'll have to see what happens today. Of course, last week in the Daytona races for both Cup and Grand National, the Cup, oh, big wreck behind them. Cup regular season finale, Grand National race in Daytona, their second race of the year here, or at the racetrack. We had 2 first-time winners, of course, C.J. Erdman here in the Grand National Series and Max Stifflicki in the Cup Series, which was a huge upset. Probably one of the biggest upsets this Cup Series season, which is saying something with Landon Johnson, who went to victory lane this year.
Wow, thank you.
Yep. Oh, big slide up into Cameron Chandler's Aiden Donahue. And maybe 3 wide, maybe 4 wide for a second. So look at this down the front straightaway, 4 wide in practice. Oh, and they're going to make contact. And Wilson drives it really deep into the corner. Still 4 wide. Look at this. Oh, somebody else save it. This is beautiful. Cars are slipping and sliding around. "12 minutes left here in practice. Of course, qualifying coming up the next 2 laps for the pole. All car, single car qualifying here at Iowa. Every point is going to be really important for your championship contenders. I do want to watch the battle tonight between Cole Wilson and Jacob Clarino. Cole cannot afford to have an issue. Only 6 races left to go after this week, as we head next week to actually USA Speedway. Then the Cup Series goes to Iowa, or I'm sorry, Chicagoland, I should say. Oh, hard on the wall goes Cole Wilson. But Cole Wilson, of course, he cannot afford to have an incident today that possibly takes him out of the race early, because Jacob Clarino, only 9 points back, could easily capitalize on that and probably even take the points lead. Herklotz needs to have some good weeks here. P3 in the standings, but about, 30 or so back to have a realistic shot as these races continue to wind down. And as these races continue to wind down, it's going to be interesting to see how these Cup regulars and maybe drivers not in the championship hunt race these guys racing for the title. I don't think it's going to be any differently. It really has never been, unless they were teammates.
Even so, they don't care.
Yeah. Of course, the Cup Series chase begins tomorrow night. 10 drivers. All going to gun for a championship in the Cup Series these next 7 weeks. This battle has just been raging on. Contact between Donahue and White. Back on 1 and 2. Hayden Donahue would love to get the victory lane here tonight. He hasn't won in the league since Grand National at Fontana. No Cup wins this season. A disappointing year in the Cup Series for Hayden. In his part-time start, so of course only 1 Grand National win at Fontana, like I said. But a win today would definitely help. Currently P10 on the board. Three wide once again, back in 3 and 4. Oh, Cole Wilson's gonna wreck.
Yeah,
He's
that's a
gonna
typical Cole Wilson thing to do, to take
Oh,
out
takes out
everybody.
the whole field.
Yep.
Yeah, the whole field.
All right. 9 minutes left here in Iowa before qualifying gets underway. Cameron, do you think the track has changed over this session at all?
I don't think so. Hold on, let me try to get with Aiden Donahue and see. I will say though, on that run I just did, it got okay. I don't know what just happened to Aiden Donahue. I'll wait for Matthew White and Bryce Benton and them. But that run I just did, the car got extremely tight and didn't really want to turn much. So that's something these guys got to watch out for. And also going off into turn number 1, you do not want to be on that very outside lane. It is incredibly bumpy, and you'll just bounce all the way up to the wall.
So if there isn't a pit stop in this race, assuming we probably would expect a green flag pit stop, or I meant if there isn't a caution.
Yeah, I would expect Cole Wilson to blow a tire. What are they doing back there? I'm sitting there waiting for him, and not a single one of them is driving.
I don't know. They're
just
all
sitting
just
there.
sitting there.
Still?
Yep.
Yeah. Right off of pit road.
Not really sure. 8 minutes left here in practice, though. For Matthew
Pit
White.
party in
never
Iowa.
mind. I mean, they were having a great race. So I'm excited for this race here coming up today. These cars look very racy. A lot of fast drivers. Top 7 is separated by, what, 6/100th of a second. So it should be very interesting. Keegan Shelton isn't doing so great, currently last on the board. Definitely needs to pick up the pace a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure he's trying, Ethan. I don't think we needed to call him out on that one.
Yeah, that's kind of harsh.
I mean, I don't know. Oh, here we go. Oh, we're wrecking.
And
Jerry
there goes
Hart on the
Jerry.
wall. Oh, he cleans out the 82 of Donahue with Cameron or Matthew White. And Jake, oh man, big hits all around. Lord. Oh my goodness, Keegan Shelton. And here comes the 00 of Hercules.
Oh my God!
Oh.
Oh my God! Cole
Upside
Wilson,
down.
you're a terrorist!
We had a great battle between Justin Rout, of course, former driver here in the Grand National Series, and Richard Cheery last season here in Iowa for the win. Of course, that was the old Iowa Speedway, not repaved, or yeah, repaved, I mean. Actually, it's technically the new Iowa Speedway, but it's old for us. All right, 6 minutes left here. We're having a bit of a practice start.
Yeah, little practice start.
Yeah, Gramps decided to organize a practice start, so here we go into the Geico restart zone.
Nice try. It's not called that anymore. Anyways, oh, it is.
That's what it is
actually.
on-
Oh,
on
yeah,
this
it
one.
is.
Yeah, idiot.
Oh, it's old. Here we go. Practice start.
Oh, we got somebody doing a Kyle Busch restart
Oh.
back there.
My goodness. They didn't slide him. Oh, he's on the wall. Unfortunately, Eli Franklin is at Dairy Queen, so he won't be able to attend this race.
Oh, in the wall.
Oh. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Slide him Rex Cole Wilson.
Man, the blue-collar teams finally strike back against Cole Wilson.
Big
wrecking
wreck.
big in
Oh,
the
man.
back.
Big one.
Cole Wilson wrecked some more cars, putting Cameron Chandler dead.
I told you guys before, Cole pays for all the cars he destroys. So I'd like to see him.
Oh my God. Who is oh my Lord. Bryce Benson. Long run should definitely be interesting tonight. I mean, if this race, I don't think it will, but if it somehow went caution-free, man, that would be one hell of a test on these cars.
We got one car sitting upside down.
That's Bryce Benson. Cameron Chandler drives it to the inside of Matthew White. White makes a crossover move down on the low side. This is, of course, race 16 of the Grand National Series season.
That outside in 3 and 4, it's going to be tough to beat all night. You get a mega run just being up there.
Yeah, it definitely is good, though, to see multi-groove racing come back here at Iowa. Contact down the front straightaway. This is probably one of the better practices we've seen battling-wise. They're really entertaining. Hopefully we're going to see the same in the race here at Old Iowa Speedway. Oh, and around goes Cole, or that's actually Ethan. Oh my God.
Right in front of everybody.
Nice.
Oh, what a
move back to the
crossover.
inside, yeah. Drivers, though, do have to take care of their stuff in this race, especially on those longer runs. Cup guys wanting to get some experience here at the Old Iowa Speedway tonight, or for the Cup race tomorrow, that are in the chase, that is, include Cole Wilson, Matthew White, Bryce Benson, that's the second one. The third one is Payson Lindsay, Aiden Donahue as well. So nearly half of the Cup Series chase grid are going to be in this race. 5 technically if you count Cameron Chandler, but he won't be racing tonight. He'll be coming back up to the booth. Just under 2 minutes left here in Iowa for the warm-up session. The sun is beginning to set. It's a beautiful night of racing. Clear skies, not one cloud in them. Herklotz goes top of the board. How about that? Cole Wilson now second, White now third. I mean, these times, Landon, looking really, really competitive at the front.
Yeah, and Hercules, he put that lap down pretty late in practice, so with the sun going down, the shade covering the track, it's going to produce more grip on the track. Lap time's going to pick up.
This should be certainly interesting to keep track of, especially here in qualifying. See if lap 1 or 2 are better here in quali coming up. Should be interesting to watch for the drop the green flag here in Iowa. Oh, we got a spinner. Around goes Benton. That's more contact there. Ooh. And they're 4 wide.
4 wide.
The second time they've been 4 wide in this session. Now this is going to be some...
Oh my God, I'm just getting fenced.
Yep. Oh, this is going to be some good racing here coming up tonight. I can already tell. These cars are very racy. Oh, so we see bumper to the back of the 88 for Cole Wilson. All right, that'll just about do it here in the warm-up session from Iowa Speedway. We are ready to qualify from Newton, Iowa, Corn County. It's definitely not the name of this county, but whatever. Got a lot of corn on the cob down in Victory Lane for your winner tonight. They're selling it down in the fan zones as well. It should be a great week of eating corn.
I kind of already ate all of it.
Yeah, well, nice try. Anyways, cars on the racetrack here for qualifying in Iowa. Landon Johnson maybe can give us our pole prediction here.
I'm going to go with Christian Herklotz. He was pretty fast late in qualifying, or late in practice, sorry. So that's going to be my pole prediction.
We will see. Should be interesting. Matthew White should be a good contender as well. Same thing with Cole Wilson. Didn't really see Bryce Benson at the top of the board there, I don't think.
He went top of the board like at the last minute of practice.
Did he actually?
Yeah.
Oh. All right. How about Bryce Benson? Okay. Spoke too soon on him. Winner Dover in Grand National this year. Here's Donahue. Would love a win today. Wasn't very quick on time, but he looked pretty racy. First 2 laps for the pole. Single car qualifiers. Around goes McMillan. Herklotz first over the line, slide him a second. Thompson now slides in P2. White goes third. Smith goes fourth. We'll see if lap 2, though, brings improvements for these drivers. Clarino is only P6. That's 2 seconds off. Definitely a throwaway lap. Here goes Cheery.
Oh, White's too sideways. Spins it out, all 4.
Yeah, that's going to be it for Matthew White in qualifying. He'll be third at the best. Cheery now beats him. He's third. White back to 4th. Here comes Clarino. Was P9 at last on lap 1. Lap 2 is going to put him up to 5th. Still 2/10 off. Here goes Cheery. To the checkered flag, was third on lap 1. Lap 2, Aiden Donahue, he goes P5. Lap 2 for Cheery. No improvement. Sorry. Ingram in the 3. He'll head down the front
Wilson
stretch
coming out
now.
on track now.
Wilson is a pole winner this season, especially as of late. He's been winning a couple of poles. We'll see what he can do here in Iowa. I feel like whenever Cameron Chandler's in the booth, he wins the pole.
No, that's just not true. I'm never in the booth when he's here.
Well, okay, nice try. Anyways, Wilson will go back in a 1 and 2. We'll see if this is a pole-sitting lap for the 22. Was fastest in practice for a little bit, then got beat. Here comes Bryce Benson, fastest in practice the last second. We'll see. By the way, Aiden Donahue wraps up in P5. Here comes C.J. Erdman, winner in Daytona last week, his first ever win. Iowa's definitely a different beast, but we'll see if he can go for 2 wins in a row. Wilson was 7th on lap 1.
Wilson threw away his 3 and 4. This is going to be his 1 and only lap right here.
Herklotz still is top of the board, by the way. Here comes Cole Wilson off turn 4 to the checkered flag. What is it going to be for the driver of the 22 car?
Man, stinks it up. P5.
Not terrible. Beats Donahue, but not the best. Benson goes 4th on lap 1. Will we see an improvement in lap 2? Haven't really seen that many if you're not throwing away the lap. Didn't look like, obviously, a throwaway for Benson that time. Here he comes through turns 3 and 4 to the checkered flag. Across the line for the 8 of Bryce Benson. He will not improve. Urban goes last, 14th so far. Here comes Cole Clausen. Minute and 20 seconds left to go. It looks like Herklotz may win the pole. That would be a great boost in his points. Currently sits P3 in the standings. Clausen's 10th on lap 1. Sideways down the back straightaway. On the racetrack is Coke. He's slow. Here comes Cole Clausen back into 3 and 4 on the second lap. to the checkered flag for the driver of the 71. Was 10th, like I said, in lap number 1. Lap number 2 will be up to 7th, so beats Donahue. Pretty good lap. Here's Rojan Coe currently sitting by himself as 13th. But how about that? Herklotz going to be on pole, looks like, here in Iowa. That is a huge boost, guys, for him in the point situation. Like I said, he sits currently entering the race, 3rd in the standings, about 33 back on Cole Wilson. So this is big for him.
How about Knox Thompson in P2?
Yeah.
What a front row.
I know. Your points leader, Cole Wilson, will start in 6th. Bryce Benson, of course, beat him there at the line. Cheery will start 3rd. Benson 4th, and White your top 5. And that'll do it. Christian Herklotz, he'll get an extra bonus point from this as well. He's on pole in Iowa. Top 6 separated by less than 1/10 of a second. Very, very competitive and close. We should be in for a treat as we welcome you live to Newton, Iowa. It's corn country. Here in Iowa, they grow all the corn here. Well, not really, but they grow a lot of the corn here. In Iowa, the racetrack, the new version of the racetrack at least, has corn painted all over the place. Unfortunately, we don't have it here, the old version. But this is Iowa Speedway. 7 races remain in this Grand National Series season. The championship battle's on, and Herklotz might have just put himself back in championship up by starting on the pole here. All right, Landon Johnson, can you bring us through a top 10 starting order here?
I guess so.
I'll do it if you don't want to.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting bullied. You can do it, Cameron.
All right, on the pole, I believe for the first time in his career, it's the Red Bull number 00 Chevrolet of Christian Herklotz. And to his outside, it is the GoPro Chevrolet of Knox Thompson. What a front row we got there. Starting off 3rd, Richard Cheery in the Kevin Harvick Budweiser Chevrolet, and his teammate to his outside, Bryce D. Benton, the Cup Series dominator so far this season. We got road number 3, Matthew White and Cole Wilson, two white Chevrolets, also for CWR. What an effort by that team. Row number 4, Cole Clausen and Season 2 Grand National Series champion Aiden Donahue. And then rounding out your top 10, Darian Ingram and Jacob Corino.
Yeah,
threes rounding out that field.
Should be very interesting. Clarino starts in 10th place, like we said. He is your current 2nd place driver in the standings. Of course, leader in the points sits 6th. 3rd in points, Herklotz sits top of the board here, 1st in qualifying. Car is just about to roll off the grid from Iowa Speedway. Beautiful night for racing. Should hopefully be a fun one. We'll be under the lights, of course. Or we are now, but fully under the lights start this very soon. As cars pull into the track. Alrighty. I don't know where Erdman and Ingram went. That's kind of unfortunate. We may only have 15 start this race. That's a low number for Grand National. My goodness. Anyways, cars will come.
I mean, something with Iowa. Even last season, there wasn't that many cars in the field for that race. And CJ Erdman, he's currently in the garage right now dealing with some issues. He's going to be looking to get back onto the track at some point.
Anyways, here come the cars down pit road. They'll check their pit boxes as always. Choose cone down the front straightaway as usual here at Iowa Speedway. 125 laps, 109 miles, no halfway break. It's Grand National. Points ordered at the end of the race. Of course, winning the pole already is Herklotz, getting 0x, leading the most laps as well. 7 races left this season. It all kick starts here in Iowa for the Cup Series chase tomorrow night. No chase for the Grand National guys. They are all on a point season battle full season. Herklotz, Thompson, 2 drivers top 5 in points, but needing those points today to get back into championship hunt realistically. Your championship leader, Cole Wilson, will start in 6th. 2nd in the title race, starting P10 is Jacob Clarino. He'll come to 1 to go to the restart, or the initial start of the race, I should say. this time by. It's a very tiny grid to start the race. We were supposed to have 17 cars. Now we only have 15. Two disconnected. I don't know what happened to Ingram. Erdman having some sort of issue. He'll try to be back. Hopefully we'll get him back so we have 16 drivers at least. Definitely a lot less than the 36 actually, that attempted to qualify last week in Daytona. But like Cameron said, something about Iowa Speedway. I don't know what it is. Doesn't matter if it's old, new. I don't know what it is about Iowa. But hopefully we'll still have a fun one tonight. Practice was fun to even watch with the battles, where we might be in for a great one. We'll see. 7 races remain this Grand National Series season. Here we go in Iowa. Let's go. We're racing. Immediately down to the inside is Cheery on Hercules. They're 4 wide. Terrible start for Hercules. Thompson sideways. Oh, he's going to wreck. Around goes the 00. Off the bumper of other cars. Into the wall he goes. He has damage and spins back to last. Your pole winner is now in last after 2 corners. How about that? What happens? He got a terrible jump, and then all hell broke loose after that. Oh my goodness. I mean, worst case scenario for the 00 of Hercules. So here in the restart, I mean, it almost looked like Thompson beat him. He did. He got off the line better. And then Cheery immediately took him 3 wide after the start. On the bottom he goes. Gets split almost 4 wide. Thompson got loose. Then he store slams Benson, spins off the nose of Donahue, collects Gary Smith. Luckily, not as much damage as there could have been there. My goodness.
Yeah, it looked like Hercules just got split 3 middle by Cheery, went off into the corner. Not a comfortable spot he wanted to be in, just got over the bumps. Right there, yeah, just gets over the bumps and just loses control.
Smith gets collected into it as well, just slightly. But not a lot of damage, luckily. I mean, Hercules does have a little bit on his race car. That is so unfortunate. That's just, we talked about it. He needed this run to go well for him tonight. Worst case scenario. You cannot get worse than that, being the pole winner and then wrecking immediately into turn 1. That's
he most
literally
definitely
can't
can get worse than that. Most definitely could be worse than that. I mean, he pretty much has no damage. He's going to have a good chance to continue. He very easily could have got hit by several different cars and be out the race like I was several times last season.
Definitely not ideal, though. Here's Smith in the pits. All right, well, that didn't take long under caution here on lap 3 now. I think we're coming to choose this time already.
I think we have 1 more lap.
Oh, okay. Hercules and Gary Smith currently in the pits, trying to repair some damage now. Gotta hope for Hercules he doesn't knock any speed out of that race car. Of course, starting on pole, just not the way you need to start off a race here. I mean, also you might. I don't think he burnt up a set. I'm assuming neither of them took tires here. You only get 3 sets, but you probably didn't do your tires any good there by spinning on them. Richard Cheery is now your leader. Might be the most chaotic start we've seen in the Grand National Series all season. We'll come to the choose this time by and we'll officially restart on lap 6. Oh, Urban is back in the race apparently, 3 laps down though. Here he comes back on the track. All right. CJ will be hoping for some early cautions here to come back up so he can get some free passes. Outside for Cheery. Inside it will be Matthew White. Top, bottom, top, bottom, top, bottom. Okay. So hopefully they're a little bit more clean back in a 1 and 2 this time by. And we can actually officially get this race underway. So Rich Cheery, it definitely looks like they learned something. Restarting on the bottom for the lead doesn't look like it's ideal there. You probably want to restart on the top. As we saw from Herklotz, Cheery will elect to choose the outside here with Matthew White on the bottom. Let's try this again. Field is now really jumbled up after that. But here we go, gonna be on lap 6. Pace car is back in. Through the Geico restart zone they go, and we're back underway in Iowa. You can see the outside just launches so much better than the bottom. Cheery is just gone on Matthew White. Knocks Thompson also to the outside of White.
Matthew White had the pillow and blanket out on that restart, but he'll easily get back clear to the bottom. He'll slide up in second, side-by-side battle for third.
Yeah, here comes Benson to the inside of the 48. 48 wraps outside nicely on Matthew White for P2. And they will complete the first lap here on the green. Side by side for a second. How about Knox Thompson on the outside? Nearly wrecked. Back in a 1 and 2 in the initial start. But up here in P2 right now. Here he is on the bumper of Cheery. Cheery actually goes up the racetrack. Here comes White. Back at the bottom.
Yeah. How about that 1 and 2 for Matthew White? He's going to get clear of Cheery. And Cheery.
Oh, Cheery sideways. He's wrecking. Cheery wrecks. Car on the wall. That was the 33 of Clarino on the wrecking. Gotta go Clausen. Oh, they didn't slide him wrecks as well. My goodness. Second caution of the day already on lap 8. This has been wild. I mean, man. What happened this time? So it all starts. Of course, Cheery loses the lead. He loses a lot of momentum. I do want to look for the blimp for this this accident real quick. So White to the inside of him. Cheery just almost backs off. Cole Wilson there. He comes across Bryce Benton's nose. I don't think he can really do anything. Then you see Cheery spin to the inside, and then so I got to look at better angle of this, how Clausen got turned into Clarino and then turned and slide him in the 42. Do want to take a better angle at this. So here's Clarino in the back bumper of Cole Clausen. He wreck ahead of them. There goes Cheery, and then, Clarino hits the wall, and then I think it was contact between Donahue and Clausen, then Clausen comes and hooks Aiden Slidham, who nearly took out Rojan Koch. That was close. That could have been worse again. Wow. Let's ride along with the 71 car of Cole Clausen. Oh, yeah, contact with Donahue. Oh, it gets loose. Can't save it. Don't slide him. Not too much damage, though, for really that many cars. Maybe Clarino, though. He hit the wall pretty decently. Speaking of Clarino, let's ride along with him. Oh, yeah, that wasn't a terrible shot. Got some nose damage, I think, as well, though. All right. Well, my goodness, Landon, this has been one hell of a start.
Yeah, you were talking about one of our last Iowa races where we had like 20 cautions, and I think you jinxed us. It's been a crazy start to the race. Well, it was still at Iowa, so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of us expected this start. My goodness. They were cleaner in practice. All right, so now your new leader is Matthew White. Holstetter Herklotz is up to 8th, so he already made up some good positions here. Cheery's back to 14th, was just your leader. I mean, so many things jumbled up again. And Erdman's now back 2 laps down. Erdman's the only driver that I think loves seeing this, all this chaos. He's, hopefully for him, going to be able to get some more laps back after this.
Yeah, hopefully not for us, though. We wanted to see some racing.
Yeah. Choose going. White will go outside. Thompson will choose the front row. Okay. Mason Lindsay here running a new paint scheme, new number in the 96 tonight.
They're throwing back to one of Daniel Suarez's random paint schemes.
I'm not sure why we're doing that at Iowa of all places, but okay. Anyways, let's try this again. Gonna be on lap 12. Haven't seen much green flag racing so far. Let's hopefully change that. ready for the restart. Matthew White side by side with Knox Thompson coming back to the green. Back underway in Iowa yet again. Here we go. Outside once more, gets a good jump. Going back into 1 and 2. White is clear. See it now. Cole Wilson to the outside of Thompson for second. He'll easily wrap that. Thompson gets tight. Up the racetrack, now split the middle of 3 wide with Benton and Donahue. See Donahue on the outside lane. Benson on the bottom. Thompson still trying to side draft him. Still 3 wide down the front straightaway. Donahue looks to maybe be clear on the outside. Drives it really deep into the corner. Benton slides up the racetrack. Donahue on the outside in the 82. Wheel clear of Bryce Benton for third. And now here comes Aiden back to the inside of Cole Wilson.
Right here comes Wilson around the outside.
Yeah, Wilson on the outside of Matthew White for the lead. He'll clear
Easy
him.
clear. That's how powerful that outside is. In turns 3 and 4, you can get right up there and just fly around the car easily.
Here comes Aiden Donahue to the inside of Matthew White for second. He's coming. On the low side, the 82 car. Bryce Benton behind him. Knox Thompson still is third. Herklotz, how about him up to P6?
Herklotz is on the move, side by side, and slides him right now. But Matthew White, he's back up front, looking to the inside for Wilson for a moment.
Wilson got sideways back in the corner. White is still second. Here is Herklotz still down the bottom of Knox Thompson.
He's picking them off one at a time.
And he definitely is still a really fast race car. 15 laps complete in Iowa.
Here
Top
comes
3
Donahue
nose to
now.
tail.
He's looking. Donahue for a moment looked to the inside of Matthew White. White has a run on Wilson, and he's going to go to the inside.
Yeah, White's back on, looking to retake the lead from the driver of the 22 machine. Here he is, the inside. These two had a great battle in Michigan this season. Door to door, almost contact down the front stretch.
Wilson not quite clear going into turn 1. Matthew White's going to be able to drive it on in there. They're dead even. Coming off of turn 2, Matthew White enters ahead for a moment.
Still side by side. What will Donahue be able to do back there in third? Of course, we still expect a pit stop for all your leaders coming up. If it is under green, I don't know when it exactly will be. Cameron, did you ever look at the fuel window?
No, but I can check whenever they wreck again.
All right. Wilson sideways. White still behind him. And here we go. 0-0 of Herklotz to the inside of Knox Thompson for fifth. Thompson looking to get to the outside of Benson. Here goes Thompson around the outside of the 8 car. How about that?
Christian Herklotz, he's got to find a way to follow Thompson through if he can. Benton gets a little loose, and up the track goes both of them.
And here comes the 0-0. Where is he going to go? He'll split him 3 wide. No, he won't. Thinks better of it. Good short track racing so far in Iowa early on in the race, coming to lap 20. Bryce Benton side by side with Knox Thompson for fourth. They didn't slide him, but he's doing a nice job right now. How about him running at P7?
He's trying to find a way to get around Christian Herklotz while he's trying to find a way to get around the 2 cars side by side in front of them.
Matthew White, a big blink.
Slides him into the wall. Here comes Lindsay now to the inside.
Yeah, here comes Matthew while he's blinking. Looking to the inside, though, of Cole Wilson. Oh, okay. Always does it in the worst moments.
Yeah, that's something Cole Wilson's got to be careful about. He's got to give him some extra room. The Matthew White scare tactic, switching on the lag switch. Not going to work, though. Cole Wilson holds the outside, and he's going to get back clear off the floor.
Side by side again, Thompson and Benson behind him for fourth. Donahue still rides currently in P3. Mason Lindsay's up to P7. And here comes White, actually goes to the outside of Cole Wilson. Can he stay there?
He's going to have something for him here if he can get the run.
Ooh.
Wilson's clear for a moment. Will White cross over? Yes, he will.
Back on the bottom side for Matthew White. He is there, side by side, again back into 1 and 2. These two putting on a great show at the front of the field. Even with each other back to 3 and 4. Outside's been preferred back into 3 and 4. We'll see Wilson probably wrap it and clear him yet again, and he will do just that.
The issue with Wilson running the outside so much, though, he's going to wear out his tires more than Matthew White will. And Wilson, he's not known for saving his tires, so he's got to be really careful of how much he runs that outside.
Knox Thompson looking to get clear of Bryce Benson. He'll do just that. The B4 goes to 48 car. Benson goes outside. Here comes Herklots in the 00 now. Battles all over the racetrack. One car on the wall a little bit. Matthew White goes high.
He's going to get a huge run on Cole Wilson down the back straightaway. He's going to be all over his back bumper, looking now to the inside.
Here comes the 88. White again to his door, but the outside lane will see probably a roll with Cole Wilson. Maybe not. White able to keep it side by side for now, but Wilson re-clears him yet again.
White's got to find a way to get to his outside in 3 and 4. He's not going to be able to make the pass on the bottom right now with the tires being as new as they are. And he's also got to make sure he does it quick with Aiden Donahue, who's been saving his tires this whole time before he takes the position from both of them.
Yeah, I know. These two have been battling so hard, burning up their stuff. Aiden back there just waiting, liking what he sees up front. Here we go again. Now the 00. Herklot's looking to get the spot around Bryce Benson. Benson's still to the inside of Thompson. Here comes Lindsay. Ooh, almost contact between these two. And here comes White again to the inside of Cole Wilson to his quarter panel. Aiden Donahue, like we said, still sitting there in third. Here as Bryce Benson slides way up the racetrack, nearly to the door of Knox Thompson. Thompson isn't clear just yet. Benson will drive it back to the inside. What will Herklot's running the outside to 3 and 4 be able to do? He should get some pretty good momentum coming down the front straight and win the wall a little bit for that 00 car.
Bryce has to be a little bit frustrated with how long he's been side by side with the 48. It's been pretty much this entire run, and Bryce has got to be just hoping he can save some tires as he makes some contact with the 48 off too.
Yeah, I don't think you can really save tires by racing side by side here at Iowa. And with the older surface, this place will definitely burn tires up quicker. And here comes White, again on the bottom, back in the inside of Cole Wilson.
He's got to be a little bit more patient, just wait until the outside opens up.
Ooh!
Almost contact.
Yeah, Wilson came down off the corner. White still to his inside, but Wilson once again should roll the top and be able to clear him. Oh, but he gets loose. Still, though, is clear. Donahue, like we said, still waiting in third. Of course, it's very...
for fourth. Thompson finally gets clear.
It is very early on in this race. Still a lot of racing left to go. But Matthew White is looking to battle hard to the inside again on Cole Wilson.
Donahue's there. Where's Donahue going to go?
Donahue looking to get to the outside of Matthew White for second. Can't get there just yet, but he is quick. Saving up his stuff the last few laps. He's coming. Bryce Benson way to the bottom. A slide job almost on Knox Thompson.
Comes Donahue now trying the outside of Matthew White. He's going to have to run down the straightaway, but where will he take it?
Stays behind the 88 car. White through 1 and 2 almost follows in the same line, goes a little bit higher than Cole Wilson. Donahue on the bottom. The top three are just nose to tail. Here comes White again, but the bottom hasn't really worked for 3 and 4 for taking the lead. Donahue now looking at the inside of Matthew White for second. With these guys single file, looking back here side by side aggressively. It's Cole Clausen and Richard Cheery, Ethan McMillan in the battle as well, 2 M&F cars. Urban still 2 laps down with Love a Yellow pretty soon. And here comes Matthew White, got to the outside of Cole Wilson. Back at a 1 and 2. Wilson then puts a slide job on him, way up the racetrack for the 22. White back to the inside, but here comes Donahue. 3 wide, Donahue back in line, White on the bottom. Back through 3 and 4, side by side. Knox Thompson to the battle as well. They are door-to-door still down the front straightaway. Wilson can't clear. There's contact.
Oh. Almost turned around the 22 was Matthew White. He's going to slot back in line before Donahue had something to say about it.
Yeah. Donahue now back to the inside. White goes really high through 3 and 4. Looking to gain momentum. Should have a huge run coming down the front stretch. Where will he take it? Go to the inside.
Let's see, is he going to slide him? They're dead even in the 1.
Side by side yet again.
Wilson comes off of turn number 2 with an advantage. He's going to get another easy clear once he gets through 3 and 4, assuming no mistakes.
I feel like Matthew White.
Wilson.
Yeah, I feel like Matthew White is a slightly better car, but just cannot find a way around that 22. Oh, up the racetrack he goes.
Wilson.
Both of them go.
Wilson's doing a great job of holding them off right now.
Here comes Donahue. He'll slot back in line yet again. White looks to the quarter panel. Wilson just can't run the bottom to take the lead through 3 and 4. These top 5 just nose the tail. It's like a super speedway race up front. We're Michigan. These guys are not getting separated from each other at all. It's actually pretty impressive. Coming to lap 40.
Hey, more like the top 7 even.
Yeah.
Herklotz and Lindsay are coming into this battle.
Yeah, then there's a big drop-off to Keegan Shelton, who's 4 seconds behind the leaders in 9th. These top 8 or so cars are just absolutely flying. Here comes Donahue to the inside of White for 2nd.
White's good. He rolled the middle really well that time through 3 and 4. Still doesn't have enough of a run on Cole Wilson, though. Oh, but Wilson got loose on entry. Here comes White looking to the outside.
Oh, he gets there. He does. Here comes Matthew White side by side. He'll take the outside. That's the preferred lane back into 3 and 4. Wilson the bottom. White on the outside lane. Donahue slots back in line, and Matthew White takes the lead.
You can see Wilson's car does not look like it's handling well. He slid up through the middle of 3 and 4. Those tires, it looks like they're starting to wear in, and these guys, they're going to have a much easier time passing each other. So.
And here comes Nathan Donahue for 2nd at the bottom of the racetrack, with Cole Wilson on the top. Knox Thompson back there in the 48 as well. Matthew White wants to see these guys race as hard as possible so he can pull away.
Yeah, Donahue's got to make this pass as quick as possible.
Oh, but he's at the racetrack.
It's going to be hard. Yeah, Knox Thompson all over the back bumper of the 82, but he has a huge run on Wilson this time.
In the wall. 1 car. That was the 22. Donahue is going to have a run coming down the front straightaway. He's going to have a big push. He'll go to the inside on Cole Wilson for 2nd. Drives it really deep into the corner, almost a slide job. Goes back up the racetrack. Can't obviously complete the pass.
He's got he had a good jump on Wilson, though. He was about a half a car length clear. He's going to throw a slider and easily take the spot from Wilson. Bryce Benton, he saw that move, and he tried to pull it on Thompson as well.
Wilson drives it back to the bumper of Donahue, but to no avail. Donahue is 2nd. Wilson back to 3rd. And here comes Benton looking to make it a cup driver 1, 2, 3. If he can get around the 48 and the 22.
Those two, though, the 22 and the 8, they are not the best of friends.
Look at Payson Lindsay.
Well, yeah, Payson's there.
He's coming. Benton clear on Knox Thompson. Goes to the inside of Cole Wilson now for 3rd. Oh, there's contact! So they head down the back stretch again.
Cole is not going to cut Bryce any slack, and we're going to see how long Bryce will take it. Remember, look back to that truck race at Watkins Glen.
Whoa.
Cole Wilson held up Bryce Benton.
Donahue is beginning to run down Matthew White as well for the lead.
Wilson edges back clear of Benton for now.
Wondering
Benson's
when a
gonna try to
pit
slide back
stop.
ahead of Thompson.
Yeah, wondering when a pit stop would be coming for these guys. Tires obviously continue to wear out. You can't make it on fuel, I don't believe.
You should be able to do that.
I mean, I don't know. Oh, contact between Smith and Herklotz. Herklotz, remember earlier on the short run, was just driving his way through the field. Doesn't look like he has the greatest of long run cars today.
That combination of that and also spinning at the beginning of this run, he was on slightly older tires and starting to come back to bite him now.
Here's Thompson to the inside of Benson. Looking to take that spot away. These two have been side by side for I feel like half the race. Or contact.
That's more than half the race. It's been about every time you look at him. And now Payson Lindsay, he looked to try to make it 3 wide for a moment.
Yeah, Trevor really deep into the corner. Thompson way up the racetrack that time. Benson nearly in the wall. Somehow doesn't hit it. Now he does hit it. Here comes Lindsay back to the inside. He's going to door slam his Cup Series teammate. 50 laps complete in Iowa. Lindsay again back to the inside lane. We're now, of course, under full lights. Sun is gone. Under darkness in Iowa. Got a car actually on pit road. I believe that's Cole Clausen. Lindsay is clear on Bryce Benson, back to now inside the top 5.
Boston, I believe, just made an unscheduled pit stop.
Roll
Doesn't
off.
look like it was in an incident.
Yeah, that car, no, there's no damage. Definitely took fresh tires. But, yeah. I mean, if there was a caution now, we would obviously see everyone come down pit road to get fresh tires on the race cars. But I would assume we would at least see one pit stop, at least for tires in this race.
Yeah, I'd definitely say for tires. We could see somebody like Bryce Benton start the pit cycle, starting to fall off.
I just don't see, and unless you can make it, or unless you can't make it all the way on fuel, I just don't see a way these guys come in to pit for tires unless they kill them that bad. But Matthew White, Aiden Donahue, Richard Sherry, Bryce Benson, there's no way I see those guys coming in to take tires.
Still got a long ways to go in this race, but we'll see. Fuel number should be pretty tight. I'm not really sure. About a 55 laps complete. It's been a little bit calm in the last few laps. Matthew White has now eked out about a 6/10 second lead over Aiden Donahue in second. Cole Wilson back second, back on the leader in third. He's got pressure from Knox Thompson though.
Okay, our pit reporter confirmed that they are not even close on fuel.
Oh, okay. Did they say exactly what lap?
No. We also went to go ask Cole Clausen what happened to him, and he told our pit reporter none of your business. So I guess we'll never know.
Okay. Hiding stuff from the officials. Makes sense.
Yep. Maybe these guys cut the race in half for a little bit later on.
And a caution could change all this as well. And a little bit further back in the pack, we see Cheery, of course, had that spin, running now in 9th. Sideways, Ethan McMillan currently in P11. It was your points leader a while ago. Erdman was hoping for more cautions, but unfortunately now he doesn't have the free pass even anymore. 2 laps down. Jacob Clear now, after hitting the wall, it's been kind of a tough race back in 13th. Aiden is slight him. He was running inside the top 10 at one point, now back to 14th. And Cole Clausen a lap down after pitting, but has fresh tires on his race car. So So we'll see at least one pit stop if this race runs green for all of your leaders. Question is, when will it be? We're close to halfway. Maybe the next few or so laps will be halfway. I think we're about 2 or 3 laps from that. Of course, no halfway break, obviously, in Grand National. Update here, I don't know if we announced this or not, but of course with the part-time races next year, there will not be a halfway break for the Cup Series either next season, because stage points aren't really necessary, so no halfway break for Cup.
God bless America. Okay, Knox Thompson starting to challenge Cole Wilson.
I know. Battle for third. Have a run coming down the front straightaway. We'll look to the inside here in the 22. Well, that spot. Drives it really deep into the corner. Side by side on older tires. Thompson doing a great job here in Iowa so far.
There's a big slider on Wilson.
He's going to clear him. Wilson, though, going to try to drive it back to his inside, but goes to his bumper, almost makes contact with him, but has to stay in line. Knocks Thompson. How about him the third?
Great move by Thompson. Wilson just had nothing for him.
We're just over halfway in Iowa now. So when will we see leaders on pit road? Here's Pace and Lindsay now running in fifth. Wilson back to the bumper of Knox Thompson, but still, that 48 car doing a great job up front. The lead is about 0.6 still between White and Donahue. Wilson tries to look inside here again, but Thompson will cover him off. So, by the way, if Clausen stays out, if that wasn't a long pit stop or whatever, this could be an absolutely massive undercut.
Here zone.
Cheery, first of your leaders to pit, besides Clausen. So, will this bring more people down? We'll see. Here comes Cheery.
Oh, Wilson's in too.
That's the 22. Here comes Cole Wilson. Your driver that was leading earlier was fall back to fourth. I think this is a good time for him to pull in. So now I think this is going to force everyone's hand. And here comes
McMillan's in as well.
Nearly into the pit barrels. Cheery here, of course, on fresh tires. You can make up, of course, a lot of time with the undercut, but as the run goes on, it does benefit to have fresher tires.
Don't look too far away from those two for the lead. Donahue is starting to close the gap on Matthew White. That time by, there's pretty much even. Donahue slightly faster, but last time by, Donahue was about a half a tenth up on Matthew White.
So Clausen here, I do want to watch this. Here comes Cole Wilson off pit road. Clausen's going to beat Cole Wilson. So Cole Clausen, at least for a little bit, may have the lead after this cycle's over. After pitting so early. Obviously the tires will just fall off after that, and it won't really matter, but here goes Mason Lindsay looking for the inside of Thompson.
Yeah, Thompson just blocked.
Oh, he was spinner. Around goes McMillan. Let's take a look what happens. No cautions now. We stay green. McMillan. Oh, it's coming off pit road. Yeah, just on the apron. Around he goes. Hits the cone. Doesn't luckily. Almost drove into the field. Luckily, locks it down. We stay green. And he goes early again.
Back to the battle for third. Lindsay and and Thompson almost turned Lindsay.
Thompson back there.
And look who's back challenging him. Bryce Benton once again.
Benton sideways. I'm sorry, Thompson sideways. Benton looking to his inside. I'm surprised more leaders haven't come though. Only really seen Wilson and maybe Cherry. Door to door, back to the 3 and 4. Contact again.
Get away from each other.
I know. So Cole Wilson, though, he is going to now have a pretty good undercut as Benton is going to clear Knox Thompson. Oh! Contact! Benton will save it.
Big slider from Bryce Benton. Thompson had nothing of it, and he's going to try to look to get a run off the outside now.
These tires are all just slipping and sliding around. A pit stop is coming up for these guys. They're still racing as hard as possible. Thompson looks to the inside of Benton again. Oh, he's going to
Slides up the
slide
track.
up.
Definitely does not have the tires he needs.
Yeah. So let's see here. Here's Cole Wilson. He'll catch and probably pass Cole Clausen within the next few laps. So Wilson will probably be your leader once the cycle's over, but for how long will that last? By the way, for the lead, here comes Donnie, who's closing the gap on Matthew White.
Been a half a tenth faster the past about 5 laps or so. It's only a matter of time before he gets there.
White, though, is going to stay out. So will Donahue yet again. Lindsay is third. He'll stay out. Here we go. Battle McMillan, who just spun out, but it still has fresher tires. Here he is to the inside of Benton and Thompson. So it's been a while since actually Wilson pitted. I'm surprised we haven't seen more cars down pit road.
Bertolot just said over the radio he's pitting this time.
Currently, he runs 7th. Was P8 for Wilson pitted. Here he comes. Your pole sitter. Don't the speed, that's for damn sure. But 50 laps to go, this time by in Iowa. The gap now is actually extending a little bit for the lead between White and Donahue.
It's flopped now. White's actually now the one who's a half a tenth faster.
I mean, honestly, overall, it's been kind of a more disappointing season for these two than we've seen in the past. Remember back in Season 3 in the Cup Series, they absolutely dominated. Just unbelievable stuff there. Won over half the races. This season, a combined 2 wins in the Cup Series, combined 2 also in the Grand National Series, and Donahue hasn't even won a Cup race. Matthew White's got both done.
Jason Lindsay's pitting this time.
All right, he currently runs in 3rd. Wilson, by the way, has passed Cole Clausen. Here comes Lindsay in the 96 car, coming to pit road. This will be the one and only scheduled green flag pit stop in this race. Here's McMillan on the inside of Donahue to go to and lap himself. Can actually get clear here. Drives it deep back to the inside in 3 and 4. Now does clear the 82 car. And pitting is Keegan Shelton in the 17. So they have slowly trickled down pit road. Here comes Payson Lindsay on fresh tires now. I do want to compare him to Wilson. Wilson is, there he is in the 22. And all the way back here's Lindsay, like a half track away. But about 10 or 15 lap fresher tires for the 96 car. It's undercut versus the long run on fresher tires. What will pay dividends?
Thompson's in this time. Donahue's back to closing on Matthew White.
Yeah, I know. I just saw that. White maybe thinking about pitting. We'll see. And nope. Knox Thompson's coming this time by, and
Gary Smith.
Yep, there he is in the 5 car. Gary Smith. Thompson is on pit road here. Here though is Cole Wilson. Like I said, should have the lead for a little bit at least until one cycle is complete. What these guys that are pitting right now do not want to see is a caution. had 2 tonight that happened in the first about 10 or so laps in that chaotic start we had. McMillan spun out, but that was not a yellow, so we haven't seen a yellow since about lap 10. For the lead, Aiden Donahue closing on Matthew White. These two on very old tires now. And here comes Donahue down pit road. Whoa, this is maybe an undercut. How about this? Oh, just doesn't want to speed, obviously. How about this? An undercut, possibly, maybe a lap. That would probably be enough for him to jump Matthew White.
Absolutely would be enough.
Bryce Bennett too.
White's got to go either a bunch or 5 laps longer, or I don't know. Hope and pray to the Mac Grab. He's coming in this time.
Oh, that's going to be interesting. A lap difference. Hey, Jacob Garrido's on the...
Jacob missed pit road.
Yeah, clearly. Oh, he's going to go way up the racetrack, nearly in the wall. Keeps it going. Donahue in the pits. Here is Rojan Koch. Erdman, and of course, Matthew White, your leader. But Cole Wilson should cycle out front.
Donahue sped.
Oh my, that is huge. Wow, that's going to destroy everything for Aiden Donahue. That's so unfortunate. Well, that is his win chances out the window unless we get a caution. Unbelievable. And that's a sigh of relief for Matthew White. But, like I said, Cole Wilson, now your leader. With a huge undercut. Lindsay is going to be scored in second. Cheery is going to be scored in third. But fresh tires for the 88 of Matthew White probably would have enough time to run them all down and pass him. That 9-10 seconds back. He's already going to pass Thompson here to get back inside of the top 5.
You cannot have a yellow though.
Yeah, pit cycles are complete here in Iowa. Aiden Donahue, though, going to be scored 2 laps down. So unfortunate. The driver of the 82 car. That's just exactly what you don't want to do. It looks pretty odd coming to pit road. I didn't want to say anything, but man.
He is right behind Cole Wilson though. He's gonna get back down to 1. Man,
Matthew,
he's sideways though.
Matthew, by the way, is having a tough time passing Knox Thompson right now. There he is at the bottom and now does clear.
He's supposed about a half a track.
Cole Clausen here should be pretty easy. He's on way old tires. Matthew White will easily drive around him. Up to now 4th. Got Cheery still there. He's closed about a second over the last 2 or so laps, so I would assume that gap would close up even more, and he probably would pass everybody.
White right now is a second a lot faster.
Cheery there. Looks like he's just standing still. Here comes Matthew White to the outside, just rolls around Cheery. Up to 3rd. 36 laps to go in Iowa. And honestly, if you're Cole Wilson, you're hoping for a yellow. Like now.
He still is a decent ways away from Matthew White, and White's already starting to fall off a few tenths just from those tires starting to wear out. Wilson needs to hope that White runs out of time, which is very possible.
I don't know. I feel like he's now 5.9. He's definitely going to catch him, I feel like. Even with the tires evening out a little bit, he's still got much fresher rubber, maybe like 20 to 25 laps better than Wilson.
Oh, well, it almost got a caution with Rojan Coca-Cola. I don't know what he was thinking. Just drove right to the side of the 17 car. They all keep it straight and stay side by side down the back straightaway.
Yeah, those two both a lap down, by the way.
I mean, Coca-Cola, I mean, he just sent it in from the yellow line like we're still at Daytona and just drove into the side of the 17.
I don't think Keegan Shelton's going to really like that too much, but we'll stay behind the 27 for now, battling currently for 12th place. The gap now 4.5 between White and Wilson for the lead. Lindsay's still in the middle of both of them, but yeah, I definitely do think White will catch him and probably pass him. He's got time.
He's only 7/10 faster that time.
I know, but still, that's going to be enough.
Yeah, well, he's not going to keep that gap though.
I know, but it's not going to fall off that much. It's not like they're going to even out in 5 laps. And he still, anyways, had the faster car, even with even tires. Here he is, passing the lap car. He didn't slide him. Gap 3.4 seconds. He's now got Pace and Lindsay to try to pass for second. And he is definitely much faster than that 95 machine. 30 laps to go. Lindsay way up the racetrack that time by. White is coming. So Cole Wilson probably hoping for a yellow. Once Matthew White is on his back bumper, White actually gets loose in the bottom here trying to pass Lindsay.
Lindsay's not going to make it easy. This is going to hurt White.
Yeah. Robinson gets to the inside of the 96 down the front straightaway. Still much fresher rubber than Payson. Should probably easily drive it in back into 1 and 2. And possibly clear him, and he will do just that. Now the gap, 2.1 seconds between Matthew White and Cole Wilson.
We got some beef heating up between Verjon Koch and Knox Thompson.
Apparently Koch is getting into all the K-Tan drivers tonight.
Yeah, we might have to get Braden Hunsaker up on the horn and have a discussion about some of his drivers recently. I mean, anyone who has Instagram, you saw the post Hunsaker Motorsports made about Michael Gregory at Watkins Glen.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure why that wasn't a penalty. I don't know what we were doing. I don't know what we could penalize him for. He doesn't exactly race in anything full time. All right, the gap is a second, though. 1 second, just about on lap 100.
How long can Wilson hang on?
I don't know. Maybe 5 laps tops, I would give it. Matthew White, he is there. He is coming. Coming hard. Riding along with the 88.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you can just see the gains he's making in these corners. Wilson's just, yeah, look at that. He doesn't lose anything off corner exit either. So much fresher tires for Matthew White. 24 laps to go. He is now within 0.3 of a second to pass Cole Wilson for the race lead. And still, of course, very lucky that Aiden Donnie, who had that pit road speeding penalty, he's back now a lap down. Here comes Matthew White. Wilson will go defensively back into 3 and 4, but White gonna look to the outside. And he's gonna get there. We'll wrap the top side by side, coming down the front straightaway. Not much to fight with Cole Wilson. Just gonna have to almost give up the spot. And Matthew White will retake the lead in Iowa. Didn't take him that long. Drove back from about 10 seconds deficit. SVG style right there. And takes the lead here in Iowa. Just about 20 laps to go. Now all he hopes for is no caution, because that would change everything. Haven't seen the yellow in nearly 100 laps. So we'll keep it all green to the end. A little bit of a battle here. Knox Thompson, Bryce Benson currently for P4. These two, man, they've just been with each other all race long. Look back on Cherry in 7th, Herklot's 8th. And your leader, Matthew White, now pulling away to a 1.2 second gap over Cole Wilson. And I think this is a great time to go to Grand National Series, Iowa Speedway, crank it up with 20 laps to go. .14 laps to go in Iowa Speedway. Battle here currently for P7 between Herklotz and Cherry. Herklotz, of
Oh,
course.
we got trouble turn 4. A car stopped against the wall.
Oh, that's Keegan Shelton. Slow in the outside lane. He's pro, and Cherry gets sideways.
Cherry.
Cherry's going to save it in the grass. Shelton is still slow. Down the front straight, he gets it out of the way. Somehow we're going to stay green. My goodness. That was, oh my goodness. Wow.
Set his steering group. I don't know how that wasn't an iRacing yellow.
Yeah, that's honestly shocking. Good thing for Matthew White. He's now got a 3.5 second lead. 12 laps to go. Cole Clausen looks pretty sideways ahead of him. Cherry, of course, after nearly spinning out a second time down the front straightaway. Been a rough race for him. Fortunately, Aiden Donahue back there, a lap down still after that pit road speeding penalty. So unfortunate for the driver of the 82 machine. Clarino is actually stuck 2 laps down right now in 14th. So this is still going to be a great points day for Cole Wilson if he finishes second. Clarino was, of course, second in points during the day, 14th right now. Herklotz is third. He's now 7th in the race.
Keegan Shelton has decided he's going to take the access road down the front straightaway. I have no idea where he is going.
I'm not really sure either. He's running on the apron right now, very slowly, obviously. So I don't really understand this.
I don't either.
4 seconds
He
to
might
gap.
have been trying to get to the pits and just missed.
I mean, clearly that car. Oh,
And he's going to stop, and caution's out.
caution for. Oh my goodness.
I don't know about you, Ethan, but I believe that's grounds for a DQ.
Yeah, clearly. I don't know why that's a yellow, though. He was out of the way, and well, he probably should have went to the apron, let's be honest. Well, that changes everything. Okay. the first caution in nearly 100 laps, 8 laps to go. How about this? The caution is out. This changes everything in Iowa. Exactly what Matthew White doesn't want to see. Well, what's going to happen now? I'm assuming everyone comes to pit. Will it be 4 tires, everybody?
You gotta take 4. Might see a Pace and Lindsay try to stay out and take 9 or something, or Knox Thompson try something.
Here they come. Matthew White will luckily have 2 lap cars in between him and Cole Wilson. Got a good gap already coming to pit road. Take his time. Don't want to make a mistake. Cole Wilson back there in second. Lindsay is in third. This caution changes absolutely everything. All your leaders will pit. Donahue I think he might be the free pass car. I'm not really sure. I
think it was Cole Kloss.
But you don't want to speed, sorry. Don't want to speed here. 4 fresh Goodyear tires, it looks like for all drive. No, Benton takes 2! And Lindsay takes 2 as well. How about that? Benton off first, Lindsay off second, White off third with 4. Wow. I mean, you said it, Cameron. That's going to change it. We'll see if Matthew has enough time to catch these 2 and pass them. Caution out for Keegan Shelton being slow and stopping the reset. iRacing throws the yellow, surprisingly. We're going to restart with only like 4 to go. This is huge. This race just got flipped upside down. I mean, after the first maybe 10 or so laps, we thought this would be a caution-filled race, but of course, they went green 100 laps, and then caution comes out with 9 laps to go for a car stopping on the inside lane on the backstretch. All right, well, coming to the choose this time by. Benton, I would have to assume, would take the outside. Where will Lindsay go? Will he be risky, choose the bottom? Will he be conservative, choose the outside? We'll see. I think on the restarts, with 4 to go, you got to choose the bottom. All right. Benton goes outside. Lindsay going to go bottom, like we thought. White's going to be second row top. On the bottom now will be Cole Wilson in the second row. What's going to happen now? Caution comes out. We're going to restart with 4 laps to go. 2 tires up front. First car and 4 fresh tires is Matthew White. Will 4 tires make a difference? 2, I would assume it would. But how much of a difference will that be? Here we go. 4 laps remaining in Iowa. Bryce Benton with the front row with Pace and Lindsay. Can he get a good jump, get away from everybody else, and maybe take off with the win? Which would be pretty impressive by him, taking that good strategy. Had a lot of these good strategies this season, I feel like. Especially in the Cup Series. Here we go. 4 laps remaining in Iowa. Back to green. That's a great restart by Benton. He's gone. White now is going to hopefully, for him, try to clear that 96 car of Pace and Lindsay for second. Oh, but he's sideways. Loose! And the wrecking!
Oh, there goes Cole Wilson.
Big wreck! Huge wreck! Wilson wrecks! Lindsay gets there! White's crashed! Rojan Coke's in it! He's in the 42 of Slidham, 33 of Clorino. It is the big one in Iowa! Oh my goodness. Knox Thompson's destroyed. Well, wow, okay. What happened? Gotta look for the blimp straight away. I mean, outside you can see Matthew White. He got a great restart, and then he just gets loose. Just lost it. And then Lindsay gets, actually, that wasn't even the cause. Lindsay checked up and then get ran into by Cole Wilson. White on the outside getting sideways, then they all just come together and have a pile up down the back straightaway. And a lot of good cars taken out in that. So right along with Lindsay. I mean, it just gets tight, and then Wilson hits him, and then there he goes. Oh, gets slammed by Knox Thompson, spinning down the front straightaway. More cars involved. You see Rojan Koch. He's pretty torn up as well.
With this big wreck, guys, we got some new contenders up front.
I know. Gary Smith is now second.
And how about Christian Herklotz? He's trying to recover from his bad day.
Oh, Payson Lindsay. Knox Thompson took I think a pretty good shot to the inside wall there. Sorry.
Richard Cherry, he's been like an 8th to 9th place car all day long. Cole Clausen in the top 5.
Look with Thompson here. Just the bottom. Oh, yeah. Innocent casualty there on Payson Lindsay and slams the wall big time. Payson got some good air. Matthew White pretty torn up as well. So crazy how these races change that quickly. I mean, yeah, just 2 cars getting loose, and then everyone comes together. Just like that, and then, Rojan Koch slams Payson Lindsay, gets him up on his side, up on his 2 wheels, I should say. And bringing out the caution here, it'll set up NASCAR overtime. Green, white, checkered finish. With Bryce Benson now leading the race. He's very happy he took that strategy, I would assume. Second is Gary Smith. How about that? Third, Herklotz. Fourth, Cheery. Fifth, Clausen. So now Matthew White, there he is in the pit. Same thing with Knox Thompson. Thompson is 2 laps down. I think he's done. White, I don't think is done, but he does have pretty heavy damage. And we're choosing this time by outside Benton, inside Gary Smith, outside Herklotz, inside Cheery. This running order just got jumbled up. This is a great opportunity for Herklotz now to gain some points with Thompson and Cole Wilson both caught up in that wreck, and Florino as well. Here we go. Try this again. This will be NASCAR overtime. Of course, we have 3 attempts at a green, white, checkered finish. Leader takes the white flag. Under green, the race is official. We will finish under green. We have another caution before the white flag comes out. We re-rack them and try them again. Bryce Benton just needs to get a good restart on the outside lane, and he could have this win. This race was 10 to go. We thought it was set. Everything just got flipped upside down with 1 straightforward yellow. What can Gary Smith now do in the bottom? Looking for his first ever win. Herklotz on the outside. Your pole sitter. We know he's still got a fast car. Here we go. 2 laps to go in Iowa. Back to green. Not a bad restart by Gary Smith. He's going to get clear in the line behind Benton as they head back at a 1 and 2.
Not the best start for Herklotz, though. He needed to be right behind Benton, and he is still battling for Cole Wilson.
Nearly wrecking. Everyone saves it. Here they go through 3 and 4. Here comes Gary Smith looking to the inside on Bryce Benton. They're going to see the white flag. 1 to go in Iowa. Gary Smith is not done yet. What can he do? Final time back at a 1 and 2. Benton up the racetrack. Here comes Cheery. They're 3 wide. Cole Wilson coming back in as well. Oh, Benton got loose. Gary Smith is there. What's he going to do? Back in 3 and 4. He's going to move him. Up the racetrack goes Benton. Here comes Gary Smith. Contact side by side. Benton in the wall. Gary Smith wins. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
How about it?
Benton, huge wreck.
Oh, but your winner's on his side of the catch fence. Gary Smith is a Grand National Series winner. How about that? Oh my Lord. I don't even know what to say.
What a finish.
Wow. That's, yeah. I knew he would do something. Knowing Gary Smith, he's not going to just lay back for Bryce Benton. I wasn't expecting that. My goodness.
I knew he had a chance when he got a good 1 and 2.
Wow. Just wow. I don't think it's rolling anymore for Gary Smith. This thing is killed. I think it blew up. Unfortunately, no post-race burnouts.
Just a little bit.
I don't even know. I don't even know what to say at this point. Oh, here comes Coke. He's gonna help him go. So this thing obviously blew up for Gary Smith. I mean, he just had a I thought Bryce Benton was just going to pull away there. We're going to have to take a look at the replay. But he got loose on the final lap back through 1 and 2 on the exit. So that's what gave Gary this chance to make it realistically happen. Benton still comes home second. Herklots finishes in third. Oh my god, what a finish. Unbelievable stuff here. Guys, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't. Gary Smith definitely roughed up Bryce Benton, I'll say that. But a lot of the results are gonna be unofficial because there was some goofiness that happened on the final restart with some penalties.
All right. We'll see how this all plays out, but Gary Smith is getting pushed down as your winner. Unbelievable. Wow. Well, let's, I guess, take a look at your post-race replays. I mean, unbelievable stuff here. He just had a chance coming to the white flag, and he took it. Obviously, Bryce Benton is absolutely furious right now. But my goodness, what a finish. All right. I mean, how about Landon Johnson walks us through this?
We go into the white.
Yep.
So, Gary, he gets a good run. I believe he was on 4 tires. So, coming to the white, Bryce on 2 tires. Head down to 1 and 2. Gary turns down the track a little bit, and Bryce, he gets loose off the corner. Yeah, he gets loose. Gary with a good 1 and 2. Knew he was gonna do something. Gets the back bumper, knocks the crap out of Bryce basically, and just runs him up the track. Bryce in the wall, and Gary just wins the race. I mean, basically a bump and run.
Oh, yeah, Bryce not happy clearly. I do think the first hit, a racing move, bump and run, but oh my god. But the second hit, I don't know. He kind of just door slammed him into the wall after that.
Yeah.
That's
I could get like a bump and run.
Yeah, that's the thing that we're going to be kind of concerned about. That's right along with Gary Smith through this wild finish that he somehow comes out on top of.
I don't think if he would have just bumped and run, I think we would have had almost a photo finish.
Yep, exactly. Because Bryce still had momentum coming outside. The outside was the best in 3 and 4 all day long. I mean, Bryce just had a bad 1 and 2. That's what kept realistically Gary in contention, and then just, runs through him. That was justified, but then I don't know about this, as you can see. That's the only thing. I mean, he didn't pull an Austin Dillon. Wasn't nearly that bad. Didn't wreck 2 cars. Didn't even wreck anyone, technically.
Yeah, I mean, he did kill Bryce's race.
No, Bryce still finished second. And he was running straight at the end of the race. Like, this is we'll watch from the blimp here. It's a little bit harder than what you would usually see, but it's the final lap. So, that second hit, I'm not really sure about. Maybe, I didn't look intentional, I don't think, actually, from Gary. It looked like he almost just slid up the racetrack. But obviously, Bryce, not pleased at all. I don't think anyone would be pleased in that situation. Gary, man, that's a hell of a way to win your first race, being sideways basically in the catch fence after you win. Wow, I mean, there is a lot to digest here in Iowa. What a finish. Unbelievable stuff here. That's all I can say. Wow. All right, well, post-race interviews are coming right up here. And first of all, your winner, Gary Smith. Gary Smith, you are a Grand National Series winner. I mean, oh my God. It happens in interesting fashion there with Bryce Benton. I don't even know what to say. Take me through it.
Well, I hate this track. First of all, I want to just make it perfectly clear. So I did exactly 14 laps of practice in the warm up, and I got bored because I hate this crap. But somehow or another, I don't know the exact statistic on it, but like long run, I felt like I was the third best car. So I came from like qualifying dead last off of being trash to running the like close to the top five. I think I was in the top five at one point. And then the whole pit thing was happening, and I was still running good. I think I was sixth or something. Maybe I was somewhere on the track. All right, that's all that matters. Then we had the whatever wreck happened there, and the caution, and then we restart on 5 to go. I have no idea how I avoided that wreck. Y'all had to see the in car of that. Did y'all see that?
I don't think we
Okay.
actually did from yours.
It was crazy. I got a clip of it. I was freaking out, and then yeah, I was trying to set it up on that green white checkered, but I'll get to him on at turn 3 on the last lap because I learned my lesson on that. So I sent it down in there, moved him up out the way, and then right off the corner, and then I door sledged him, which I would apologize for, but I've watched him do many questionable things in the few races I've ran in FedEx this year, so I do not care. Uh, what a I don't know how that looked on TV. That looked like a very fun race to me to watch. Was it?
I mean, just unbelievable stuff here. I mean, with like what now 8 laps to go, could you possibly imagine you'd be in this situation, battling for the win, somehow getting it there in the final lap?
I figured if there was a restart, I had a really good shot, just because the way Iowa, just it's Iowa. You can kind of run everywhere and it works.
Well, of course, this is a massive win. Just unbelievable stuff. I believe it's also the first ever win for Huntsicker Motorsports. So, I mean, as a team, how much does this mean to all of you guys? Winning your first race. I know it's in a wild fashion here in Iowa Speedway, but it's a win anyways.
Yeah. I hope Huntsicker is proud of that one because he like half invited me one night. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. I was just been running part time, basically for owners' points. Put it back into a win. Heck yeah. Uh, Thank you to Braden Huntsicker. Thank you to Rajon Coke. He has the most aura screenshots and graphics of all time. Uh, Thank you to Shenandoah Speedway. I race there. Basically, it's not weekly there, but I race their weekly trust. Uh, Thank you to EJ Hanley at TH Designs for making this car in like 5 minutes one night. That was tough. Thank you to Ethan Trindler for FedEx Racing. There's been some questionable freaking calls in this league. But damn it, even if I suck, I do not come out smiling. I'm surprised.
And final question here: what is it like getting Brad Keselowski's face in the victory lane?
Larry Mack once said, "Brad Keselowski has won this race," and it rings true again.
All right, Gary. Well, huge congratulations. It's your first ever Grand National win. Big one for the whole team. Have fun celebrating this one, and have fun eating the corn down in victory lane here in Iowa.
Oh, heck yeah, I forgot about that.
Okay, well, that was a hell of an interview. Wow. Well, I think we got a pretty serious one coming up, though, with Bryce Benson.
Oh.
Well, Bryce Benson, you guys obviously finished second. We all know what happened there at the end of the race. Leading the race through 3 and 4. You guys got pretty much ran through there at the end. And unfortunately, Gary got into you again. That sent you into the wall. What was your point of view there in the finish?
Yeah, most stupid whatever, but yeah, it was. I knew he was probably gonna move me. So I was kind of prepared for. I was ready to kind of park it. But I mean that was fair, but I don't know why he had the door slam me into the wall. That was just dumb. I probably could have actually still won the race if he didn't door slam me into the wall, but. I don't know. I mean, I didn't really deserve the race win anyway. But yeah, it would have been nice to get it, but yeah, that's kind of a frustrating way to lose it. But yeah, kind of the only way the guy can win anyway.
Well, obviously, you guys have a more important race coming up tomorrow night. It's the Cup Series Chase Opener. It's been a hell of a Cup Series season for you guys so far. What did you learn today that you could possibly apply tomorrow to maybe go for another win and a perfect way to start off your championship hunt?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't even planning to do this race until like 30 minutes before the race when Cameron told me if I wanted to or asked if I wanted to run the 8 car, and I figured I might as well. But yeah, I think I think I definitely learned a good amount here tonight. I mean, I was a good track for me, but I don't know how I wasn't the fastest, so I'm probably gonna have some work to do for Cup tomorrow. But could just be with the Grand National car. Maybe that's just the issue. I don't know, but yeah, I think definitely learned a good amount. I learned that 2 tires could work. I don't know how it'll be in the Gen 4, but 2 tires can work at the end. I probably would have won the race if I didn't get moved. So I mean, 2 tires worked pretty well. I don't know. I think I learned a good amount. Learned a good amount of what I should do for tire saving and stuff. And yeah, I mean, just gonna have to apply what I learned here today for the race tomorrow.
All right, Bryce. Well, nice job still coming home second. I know it's not really the result you guys wanted there in the final lap, but we'll see you tomorrow night for the Cup Series Chase Opener here in Iowa.
Yep.
Up next is going to be third place finisher Christian Herklotz. Well, Christian, you guys had one hell of a finish ahead of you there in your windshields, but my goodness, you guys will come home in third, and you are the highest, technically, championship eligible car at this point, finishing the race P3, started on pole. One hell of a race to start. You guys spun out there in 1 and 2. Can you tell us what happened there, and ultimately you rally back to third?
Man, I had the most embarrassing thing. I either self-spun or got net coated. Probably self-spun because was really nervous starting on pole for my FedEx Iowa race. This is just such a huge race for us. But yeah, really fun stuff. Stayed on the same tires that I spun in, so I really cooked them for about like 80 laps until we had that green flags pit stop. So we had that caution. That really messed everything up. And then you avoided that wreck. Then we had another caution. And then Gary Smith absolutely kills LeBenton. Horrible stuff. I mean, atrocious. I was throwing up in my seat for how horrible that was. It was just, oh my gosh, dude. What a race. I mean, absolutely just for Iowa, that was awesome.
Well, I didn't do the points yet. But I think you guys did gain a little bit on Cole Wilson. So 6 races left to go this season, 3.5 miles, super speedway, 2 short tracks. You guys think maybe it's possible to possibly reel in a championship?
I think we go to Talladega next week, so that's
nice try. It's USA.
Good attempt. Yeah. I like USA Speedway. I like these short tracks. So there's definitely room to possibly get a win there. Also, Talladega's coming up. Good attempt again. So we could maybe get something there. You never know. But looking forward to these next 6 weeks of racing. This season's been a blast, honestly, and I can't wait to settle this championship out with Cole Wilson, Jay McLarino, and myself.
All right, giving an update on the points real quick. We just did them. You guys are now going to be actually. Where is it? Am I blind? 31 points back on the leader. 6 races to go.
Are we second or third?
Third.
Wow.
All right, but we will see you next week at USA.
Yeah. Hooray.
All right, coming up next will be Cole Wilson. Well, Cole Wilson was a pretty mediocre race until there at the end that you guys finished in the top 5 somehow. So it's a P4 finish. You made it through the chaos. Well, actually, you didn't make it through the chaos. You got absolutely destroyed there in the big one. You finish in at 4th. You had an incredible, insane finish ahead of you. What are your thoughts here?
I don't know. I think walking away with a 4th place finish in this race is pretty solid. If it went green to the end, I think the lowest I would have finished is 4th, highest 2nd. So I don't know if I might have finished 4th anyway if we went green to the end, since I pit so early. But um, yeah, I mean, it was a solid day. I mean, kind of ran by myself for a long time since I pit so early, but um, just solid points day. Christian, I don't know how he was he had a rough start. He found his way up to P3 at the end of the day, so a little. But overall, so just see it's playing out.
Well, we can't hear a word you're saying. Nice try.
What interview?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't say it. No. Nice try.
Have you heard me the entire?
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, anyways, you guys will technically extend your points lead over Clarino, but you do lose points to third place Christian Herklotz. So, what are your thoughts of that now? 6 races to go.
Talladega, I'm probably gonna points because I'm always ready for speed race. I'm excited for Kern. I think that'll be a really fun race. There's other tracks going up. With Wilkesboro, I don't love that track. It's in Las Vegas. I have two of my favorite tracks on the schedule, especially Vegas, one of my favorites. Um, yeah, and then that's it. I mean, this season's coming to a close. Just gotta keep being consistent.
All right, Cole Wilson. Well, nice job here coming home in 4th, and we'll see you next week in the USA.
Comment. Bryce Benton. That was that was rip Bryce Benton. If not Michael Gregory, sorry, Gary Smith. Bryce Benton got disqualified from a win at Darlington for doing not nearly as bad as what Gary did to him. So free Bryce Benton. Bryce Benton deserves that win. McConey Setup Shop, CWR. Thank you.
All right. Well, you're downs. Yep. Good boy. Anyways, coming up next will be Rich Cherry. Well, Richard Cherry, somehow, some way, you guys come home with a top 5, and that one hell of a finish. I mean, give me your thoughts.
No, I mean, I just saw Bryce Benton just kill Gary Smith there at the end, so it was pretty scary. And then I just about died. So shout out to Carlos Ortiz. He was spotting me for me. He was spotting for me there in the race. I was just lacking speed. I mean, I spun out. I cleared myself in the first the second caution, I think it was, and just from then on, I just didn't know what I was doing. I've been kind of disconnected a little bit from like Discord and everything this past couple of weeks. But now the AP Advanced Placement College Board exams are like over with. I might be able to race more without any just stress with the testing and everything. This is like the first interview I'll do in like a month or so. So I guess it's pretty cool.
Well, anyways, the Cup race is up tomorrow night. Will we see you there here at Iowa Speedway?
I don't know.
Wow, inspiring. Anyways, we'll see you somewhere. Oh, he's down. Okay, he doesn't care. Anyways, coming up next is going to be Cole Clausen. Cole Clausen, you guys will wait. You guys will finish. No, he's not here. You guys will finish in 7th here at Iowa Speedway. So ultimately, you are on a different strategy there. You actually short pitted bigly. I think it was an unscheduled pit stop at that point for you guys. You actually almost had the lead for a little bit. Obviously, fell back nearly a lap down. Got a caution pretty luckily. Made your way up to 7th in a wild finish after the big one. You guys were actually caught up in that. So pretty crazy race for you guys. Ultimately, take me through it.
Yeah, I don't really know what I was thinking there on that run. Just burned my stuff up way too fast, so I decided to throw a Hail Mary at it and pit literally like 20 laps, like 15 to 20 laps earlier than everyone else. And it wasn't, it didn't work out terribly for us. I mean, we got that caution at the end because Keegan Shelton wanted well, I mean, he was just asking to get banned from the league, and then yeah, got that caution. So then took the free pass there. Unfortunately, stole it from my teammate McMillan there. So, but he was able to get it after that second caution. And speaking of that other caution, yeah, we're right in the middle of it, but I don't think we got too much damage. So I just stayed out, and I was in fifth. So I was gonna roll with it, and there on the overtime restart there, I thought we got a pretty good launch, and then for some reason I just got back to the gas way too early and in turn two and hit the wall and tagged Donahue there. I'm thankful he didn't wreck there, but and then I lost the position to McMillan there. So yeah, pretty eventful race. I mean, I'm glad that Gary Smith won. I mean, I don't know if he might be getting the Bryce Benton Darlington treatment because if Bryce Benton got disqualified for what he did at Darlington, I mean, I don't know. I think Gary Smith should have one coming for what he did there. But you know, nonetheless, pretty decent finish for all things considered. Didn't really have that much speed, but. We'll go to USA Speedway, I think, which is next week, maybe. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting race there.
Yeah, of course, USA up next week. We haven't been there in a while. But another short track until we come up to some mile and a halves and super speedways. So, what are you guys expecting from that race?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're just going to try to survive. I mean, I think me and McMillan both just are going to not run very good. You know, short tracks aren't really our thing that much. I mean, at least they're not my thing. I don't know about McMillan, but just try to survive because I feel like there might be some chaos there. I mean, probably one of the shortest tracks on the schedule, if not the shortest. But yeah, just going to be a very interesting race there, and I'm honestly not looking forward to it. But I think we got Talladega coming up. We got something else coming up, and yeah, so just gotta get through these short tracks, and we'll be back on the rails.
All right, Cole. Well, nice job, top 7 today, and we'll see you next week at USA Speedway.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, well, Showtime's up next. That's P6. We'll be back in just a quick second, though. Aiden Donahue comes home in 6th. Aiden Donahue, you guys will finish in 6th, but it could have even been a win. Well, without the late race chaos, we don't really know. But unfortunately, they're speeding on pit road. The caution did help you guys out a lot, though, to recover to P6. But, man, it's definitely tight here, these pit road speeding things. What happened there?
I don't know. I guess iRacing just is they've really gotten stricter about it because it only flashed red on me. It's like normally if you keep it red for like a couple seconds, then of course yeah, it's your own fault. But like I was just kind of switching through the relative there, and I was going at 39 at one point, and then it shot up to 41, and as soon as it did it, it was like, yep, you're speeding, and I was like, well, I said good win, Matt, over the radio, but yeah, that was bad mojo for him. I apologize.
Yeah, unfortunately for Matthew White, obviously. But you guys still had a lot of speed in this race tonight. I mean, almost race-winning speed until, of course, all help broke loose, and then after a pit road speeding penalty. Tomorrow night for the Cup Series Chase Opener, you guys think you can recreate some of that and maybe get your first Cup win of the season? It would be a long time coming.
Yeah, I don't know. It just depends on how the car handles, I guess. This whole season's just been the exact opposite of what I thought it was going to be. And it just seems like if you're in the lead for 10 laps with this car and you know how to tire save, I mean, no one's going to pass you or anything. We'll see. It's the old track. It's going to be multi-groove like it was tonight. I will say the setup with this car was phenomenal. You get on the gas at turn, but it didn't spin, and you could drive into the corner hard and it wouldn't slide up. It was perfect. But we'll see how it is tomorrow. Not quite sure, but like I say, always we're gonna give it our best and See what we can do. I know we're only 28 points behind, which is crazy to think that we still have even a remotely close chance to winning the championship this year. But we're gonna try, and I don't know. I'm just gonna wing it and hope for the best, probably.
All right, and well, nice job still on the run today. And ultimately, recovery to P6, and we'll see you tomorrow night in the Cup race.
Yep.
Okay, that was Aiden Donahue. Payson Lindsay is up next, I believe. Payson Lindsay, I think you guys finished in 8th, but you guys got some airtime there, unfortunately, on the big one there with about 3 laps to go. We're running 3rd, actually 2nd after taking 2 tires. You got a chance for the win. What happened there to wreck you guys out?
I mean, we had a little bit of a slow pit stop, taking 2 tires. If we would have came out in front of Bryce, I think we could have had a chance at the win. We were in front of him coming into pit road, but it is what it is there. Still was in contention. Then got really, really loose in 1 and 2 on cold tires, saved it, chased it up the racetrack. We were a little bit off the pace, and then Colson kind of just decided to drive through us. I'm getting blamed for that one, but if we're in opposite roles there, I'm still gonna get blamed for it either way. So. I mean, I don't really know what else I could have done other than just simply like knock it loose. But I mean, once I did, I think I did a great job holding on to it. But Cole's just not gonna race me like a teammate ever. So, is what it is, and I'll remember it coming into tomorrow and next week.
Well, of course, the Cup Series Chase opener is tomorrow night here in Iowa Speedway. So, short track, you guys did have pretty good pace on the longer run, it looks like, here today at Iowa for the Grand National Series. So did you learn anything you could apply tomorrow night in the Cup Series Chase opener, a very important race to hopefully stay in championship contention?
Yeah, I mean, I think we were like incredible on the long run. Like, you had most people up front trying to rip the bottom early in the run, but we were kind of using up that top line. If you ran too far to the bottom, you kind of burn up your right front, and I was kind of trying to even them out, burn up the right rear a little bit, and I feel like that's exactly what I did, kind of run in the middle and high lines there, and it definitely showed on the long run. A lot of people were, I think, a little bit tighter on that long run, and we were still kind of neutral. We got a little bit tighter towards the end, but that's just kind of natural with this car, I think, at this track. So, yeah, definitely think we learned some things, and hopefully we can go start the chase off with a win tomorrow.
All right, Payson, well, nice job here. Ultimately, on the top 8, well, unfortunately, you guys got pretty destroyed there at the end. We'll ultimately still finish technically top 10. We'll see you tomorrow night in the Chase opener for the Cup Series.
Yeah, thank you. Make sure to keep an eye on us tomorrow.
We won't. Anyways, coming up next is going to be Rajon Coke. Never mind. Coming up next is going to be Knox Thompson. Knox Thompson, you guys had a great car today. Really fast there, especially early in the race. Top 5 racing with guys like Bryce Benson, Matthew White, and others. And unfortunately there, on the final wreck of the day, you guys got completely taken out and destroyed, hit the wall head on. What happened to take you guys out of the race?
Well, I felt like we had a decent chance to win there if that caution played in our hands right. I was running decently good. I didn't really want that caution to come out because I was still running good, but I was like, we could use this as an opportunity. But then I accidentally used the wall as a brake pedal, so.
Well, yeah, of course. But you still, like we said, had a ton of speed in this race. Does that give you any added confidence booster heading into more races that you know you could run with these guys and possibly beat some of them? Maybe to get even a win this season?
I just want to win. I just want to win a race by the end of this season. This is my first real competitive league I've done, so I'm gonna try to get myself a win before this league is over for a little bit. So I feel like we have winning speed, and this gives me a lot of confidence coming into the next few races. For this being one of the hardest tracks on the schedule, I feel like that gives me a lot of added confidence.
Well, Knox, nice job still with the great pace today here at Iowa. And sorry about the unfortunately late race luck, and we'll see you next week at USA Speedway.
Yep, do a backflip.
Wow. Well, I don't know what's going to happen here post-race. If there is any updates, we will update you on that. So, Landon, I mean, what do we even say? Unbelievable stuff here.
I don't think there's much to say. I mean, it was a pretty good race overall. It had a few early cautions, long green flag run, and then we had a big one with our smaller car field. Took out some contenders, and then we had a first time winner. Unless we have a an update or a penalty or whatever.
Yeah,
But it
we're
was still a
not.
pretty good race.
Yeah, we're not exactly sure what's going to happen in that department. Cameron Chandler and us will all decide what's going to happen there. We'll give you any updates, like we said. It'll be kind of a Darlington situation. If anything does happen, that we'll only really go live if there's something happening for the win. We're not going to go live if someone gets disqualified from like 10th place or something. We don't really, care about that. But that's just how that's going to go. Well, what a way to start off the Cups or the Grand Nationals. We're not starting off anything. What am I saying? Well, what a way to have a race in Iowa go. Unbelievable stuff. The Cup Series chase begins tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, here from Iowa Speedway for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series Season 5 chase opener at Iowa. Should hopefully be a fun one. Coming up tomorrow, same time as today. That'll do it. What a incredible, insane finish. Unbelievable stuff. Congrats to Gary Smith on his first career Grand National Series win. So, on behalf of all team owners, commentators, drivers, officials, everyone involved in making this league what it is, we will see you tomorrow night in the Cup Series Iowa Chase Opener. Good night from Iowa Speedway. We'll see you tomorrow night for Cup.